Hey everybody, Bridgenit Dolgov, Conscious Economics and Urban Farm Project. Look, I have little gym mats. Got these at the used gym store, and then I found some really nice little carpets from the thrift store. So Jen has her, porch watching location. Currently, she's taking a nap in the car. She has a bed in the back, but she likes it in the car in the wintertime when it's been really cold and snowing. I've just shut her up in the car because she's getting older. The weather's a little hard on her. And she'll just, take a snooze in there, and then she can see what's going on, if there's bad guys or whatever is happening. Oh, and look over there. My neighbor, I call him Mr. Poison. Sprays poison like everywhere. He hates anything that lives, and he kills it. But no more poison spray is going to be blowing over here. Yay! All right. So anyway, let's talk about this area. I got some refined manure, and then over here is I put in a really nice like contemplation little chair from a log that was here, and I made a nice little table so you could have a snack and a drink, and it even has a little shelf. Oh, I just love stuff that's efficient. I'm an efficient kind of girl. And then I did the same thing over here, and this is in my southeast side, which a friend of mine years ago did a whole bunch of the calculations and numbers and a feng shui and everything of value is in my southeast corner, which is strange because when I moved here, the southeast corner in the house and the southeast corner in the yard were probably the worst. So now they're the best. So anyway, and this has the same thing, a little table with a little shelf and a little contemplation table, a little chair that we can take a break. In the summer, this tree is amazing and it will shade it. So anyway, and then I'm doing these little boxes kind of all over. It's kind of an inexpensive fix because this area back here is just so bad. And I have a little meadow. I've started a meadow with, I think I have 8 different grasses in there. But anyway, and so now, so the little garden beds that I've been making have been doing pretty good. Under the buckets are the lemon verbena. Hopefully they come back. I found out too late that they don't like hard freeze. And so you see buckets with my rosemary. Rosemary is underneath. Buckets around the yard. So that's kind of my tactic on having rosemary survive. Especially in places where there's a lot of wind. And the other thing too that's great about these buckets is that, when the plant gets bigger, it's going to be, I'll need something else, but also snow. I've gotten I think the last time it snowed here was like 18 inches or with a big one. So, the buckets protect the plants even, in the snow. So, and gives them a little an air area. So anyway, so this is kind of like what I'm working out is I'm just going to put in some simple frames. And then I've got this pile over there of desiccated straw from my compost that I made. And so I need to use it up. So it's going to go in the bottom of all the frames. And then I'm going to put manure. A half a bag of manure will go in each one. And then I'll put some sand on it. and then I'll top it off with an inch or two of wood chips. And then I'll have these nice little planting beds, and also they will go on to help, you know, build up this area and also reclaim areas from, you know, the horrid weeds I had back here, the 12-foot weeds. So that's kind of like, I tried holes with compost and I grew in them. They were okay. Then I tried mounds, and the mounds didn't really do that great. Digging a hole and putting compost and stuff in it, and then putting a mound on top. But the dirt here is so bad. So I'm going to use these little frames as recovery methods, and that way it'll be good. Then I can get some plants in them, and that will help with recovery as well. Roots are always good for recovery. And then, this is my valerian root bed and lemon verbena. And I think I had some rue in here. But anyway, so we get to start again. And then the cold frames I've got ready. And I just have to start watering them. And also I need to put a little manure in them too. So anyway. So that's it. So we're close. So anyway, this is the project right now. And then this summer, I think I'm just gonna take it easy after I get those little frames done and just really focus in on, like what's growing and all of that. So yeah, my shard has held in there, and even though it got pounded with snow and stuff, so it's looking pretty good. And then so my shard, and I've got a little parsley, and my celery survived. So yeah, so let's see what happens. And I got some kale over there, so it's starting to recover, which will be great because I really want some greens, and I get tired of having to drive really far to get those greens, so it's all good. All right, so then and then I've got a couple frames over here. This is I've got half the yard chipped and half the yard not chipped, and I just have to wait as the chips roll in, right? As the chips roll in. So this is just a really heinous area too, all the way around the back. And but I had a lot of winter projects, like I had to cover that hole behind that air conditioner. A lot of cold air was getting in there. I had to put a nice blanket around my hot water heater because it's exposed over here. This is where the Arctic winds come in. And then, I've gotten to here with the wood chips. So, look, I have something growing. Imagine that. Oh, look at that. It looks like it's a plantain. Huh. Yay. Yeah, it looks, well, I think part of it is a plantain. Part of it is something else. But anyway. And then I can start kind of going through and pulling weeds out. Oh, look, my California poppies are coming up. And yeah. So, anyway, this is all, seeded back here. And there is some stuff starting to grow. Lavender, I don't know. Lavender looks a little rough. That looks kind of cool. But anyway, and that's a very interesting, good stuff. So anyway, so back here got all the way chipped, and to there you can see. So I just have to wait for chips to show up, and then as the chips come, then I can start getting it all totally chipped. And yeah, it's all good. It's a massive work in progress, let me just tell you. Ooh, look at my yarrow. She's starting to come up. Yay! I hope my lavenders come back. Yeah, well, anyway, strawberries are coming up. So yeah, this area needs to be chipped pretty bad. I've tried putting potatoes in here. They didn't make it. I have some strawberries that are barely making it. I put some elderberry in here, and I'm pretty sure the elderberry didn't like it. And for sure, I put some raspberries in here, and I'm pretty sure the raspberries are not happy either. I mean, that's how bad the dirt is. So, yeah. So I put these here to kind of start an area here. I had a blueberry over there, but I don't think it made it. It's supposed to be a cold weather blueberry, but who knows. I got some horehound over there that's growing, which is good. Horehound kind of likes it here. So this I'm going to shore up, and then eventually I'm going to have by gravel, and I'm going to make like a little gravel path that goes up and around. And I'm going to do little gravel paths, I think, all over. But I have to, it kind of slopes down and all the water runs off into the driveway. So I'm going to shore it all up and fill it all in with dirt, and then have these frames here. And like I said, there'll be a little path area that goes in here to go up. And then this area, I'm just going to try to keep seeding. I seeded a lot of stuff in it last year, so hopefully those seeds will come up this year. And we'll see what we have. So anyway, that's kind of like it. This area is doing great. It's a huge meadow and has all kinds of great stuff in it. And this year it should do really well. My peach trees look like they're going to come back. I did put some nutrient stakes in for each one. Because, you know, the ground is not that great, and I want them to kick some ass. And it looks like a few of my plums are gonna come back, so I'm just super excited about the whole thing. It's, you know, it's exciting. Okay, so anyway, that's it. Here's the kale coming back from the winter. Here's some parsley coming back from the winter. So can't wait to start eating this stuff. I did some really nice compost on it. That's my little worm house, my little red worm house. So yeah, everything looks pretty good. I might have to pound the stakes in, but yeah, look at them. They're like thinking about making little buds. I love them. Anyway, that's it. That's all I've got for you. Looks like things are starting to, you know, move and groove. And once I get those small frames done, then I've got to do massive cleanup. And these raspberries need to find a home. They're gonna go into those, a couple are gonna go into those frames over there. And then here, I don't know, these are transplants of plums, little plums, and I don't really see if they're happy or not. I mean, I have some bendy action, so they're not totally dead. So we'll just see what happens, you know, and we have to just go from there and just see what they're gonna do. And then go from there and just see how it's all gonna roll. So these are an heirloom plum that I dug up from a property that was abandoned. And they have these little drops. They have plum drops, and they are one of the first introduced plum into the United States over 100 years ago. So they're more like a bush than a tree. So I'm pretty excited. Anyway, that is your tour for the day. And like I said, there's just tons of areas I'm still working with, and this is a horrible area too. I mean, in this circle. And so, but anyway, first I have to see what's going to come up. These are where the composts were. And then I'm hoping to buy, if I can afford it, I want to buy 2 or 3 dwarf apple trees. And I want a couple pear trees. And then, like, you know, several cherries. Maybe like choke cherry and, you know, stuff like that. But anyway, so that's your garden tour. I'm sorry I can't post medical stuff anymore, or herb stuff, because, you know, they just take down those videos, and sometimes they just reject them before I even get them uploaded. But yeah, so if you need any kind of, you know, online session for herbal medicine, nutrition, or other, you know, thoughts, energetic healing, and medical intuitive session, just, you know, contact me. And usually you can find my email in the past videos. And I've been completely blocked from Telegram for I have no idea what reason. And I've contacted Telegram like 4 times by support email, and nobody has returned it. So I guess, you know, whatever I posted they didn't like. Anyway, I hope all is well, and time to start getting things growing. Oh, and look at they call these walking onions, and I transplanted them from a place, on somebody else's place, and so look, they're growing. It's so great. So great. Awesome. All right, everybody, have a great day. I'll talk to you later.